You know, as if the Bad Batch wasn't great enough already, these last two episodes that just came out, episode 10 and 11, blew my mind. We're getting towards the end of this season with only a couple episodes left, and we're really starting to feel the same feelings that we had near the end of the Clone Wars. These episodes are getting dark, and we don't know what's going to happen to our characters, and frankly, after these last two, I'm pretty worried. We get a lot of emotional moments with these characters. We get a lot of setup to what's going to happen with a big finale that may not leave all of our characters in the best of states. But at the same time, there are so many things to get excited about, so guys, hit the like button, hit subscribe, leave a comment down below what you thought about these two episodes because I read every single one. I most likely will respond, and before we get started, we're doing a giveaway at 1,500 subs. If you've been watching X-Men 97, you know this is the comic book called The Trial of Magneto, X-Men 200, that actually took place in the X-Men 97 show. At 1,500 subs, I'm giving it away, so all you gotta do is like and subscribe. We're gonna quickly recap the episodes, and then I'm gonna give my thoughts, so let's start off with episode 10. This episode starts off on a planet with a child being abducted. This child has a high M count, and we actually don't focus on the normal Bad Batch characters for this episode. In fact, we actually focus on Emery. Technically, she's an honorary member of the Bad Batch because she is Omega's older sister or clone, and I love the development her character gets. This Force-sensitive child gets abducted and is being brought to the Empire for Project Necromancer. Before this Force-sensitive child gets abducted, we see Emery get promoted within the Empire. She gets access to Project Necromancer, meaning she sees what's going on behind closed doors, and it's then where she realizes that they are testing on children for cloning and for Project Necromancer. This is the moment where Emery starts to realize how bad the Empire really is, testing on children. This really reminded me of the episodes of Andor where they're locked in the prison. And the children are so innocent, and it's so scary and so sad to see them in this state, and I really thought the emotion of this scene and the other scenes going on later in the episode were spot on. Later on, we cut back to the child who was Force sensitive at the beginning of this episode, and they get captured by Cad Bane. This is not Cad Bane's first rodeo with capturing Force sensitive children. He tried to do it during the Clone Wars, he tried doing it in previous seasons of the Bad Batch, and is doing it again for the Empire. We get back to Mount Tantus, and we see Emery is trying to not form an emotional connection with these children, but she's really struggling. We also see a brief meeting with Hemlock and Tarkin. I found this really interesting because even someone like Grand Moff Tarkin isn't fully aware of Project Necromancer. There's secrets from the Empire within the Empire. The rest of the episode really dives into Emery's connection with these children, realizing what she's doing is wrong, especially when Cad Bane delivers the test subject. Emery notices how young this person is and why everyone is calling it an it instead of a being. We also see that Emery keeps the doll that Omega made and actually gives it to one of the kids at the end of the episode, letting us know that hopefully she's going to do the right thing later on. And that's where we leave this episode. I thought this was fantastic. It's really dark, but it shows character development. Emery was a character I thought was annoying at the beginning because she was just an evil clone like all the others, but now we're getting this development through experiencing what the Empire is doing to all of these children. I think it's great. It forms her connection with Omega even more because not only are they blood related, but now she sees what the Empire might do to her. This was a fantastic episode. Let's go ahead and dive into the second one. Also, I'm glossing over a lot of things, so if there's anything that I didn't discuss, please leave a comment. Again, I read every single one. Episode 11 is titled Point of No Return, and we start this episode by seeing Clone X track down the Bad Batch. He uses intel gained by Phee to find them on Pabu. And again, Pabu looks so different here. We're used to seeing it as a safe haven, a very bright and sunny, beautiful planet, but now it's overcast. Omega is worried that her being wanted is going to attract negative attention from the Empire to their location, and well, she's right. Clone X lands in the exact same cave as Asajj Ventress and then wreaks havoc on Pabu, drawing the Empire towards them, causing distractions, blowing things up, even injuring Wrecker in the process, rendering him unconscious. So that's already one of the Bad Batch members down, at least for now. The Empire arrives and the Bad Batch just has to escape and get out of there, but Omega realizes that they need to protect these people. It's their fault that they're here. In this episode, we also see the Empire being its complete evil self. Like I said earlier, we see Pabu as this beautiful oasis paradise location. But now with the Empire being involved, this place is completely changed. People are getting taken as prisoner and everything is just awry. I thought it was really interesting seeing the Republic gunship used in a negative way here. I'm so used to that being my favorite ship, meaning the clones are arriving, they're here to save the day, and now seeing the Republic gunship being used as an enemy weapon is scary, and having the stormtroopers drive them is even wilder. Omega realizes that the only way to save everyone on this planet is for herself to surrender, very similar to what Luke Skywalker does and many other characters have done throughout Star Wars. To save the others, you have to sacrifice yourself. However, this doesn't mean the Empire is going to stop hunting down the Bad Batch. We saw Clone X shoot one of his own stormtroopers out of a Republic gunship just to take down Hunter, and of course Hunter survived and so does the rest of the Bad Batch, but what does this mean for the future episodes? Not only that, but the Justifier, the ship of the Bad Batch blows up just like the Razor Crest, and it is so devastating. Omega gets taken by Clone X and the Empire back to Tantus, and we see her meditate for a moment. I'm thinking that she's going to tap into some sort of Force ability, whether that be letting the Bad Batch know her location or some other form of the Force, I don't know, but I think it's going to happen. And the reason I think she's going to do the tracking method of using the Force is because when Crosshair tries to throw a tracker on the ship to track them, he misses. He's still not fully recovered, and I love the anticipation of him still not being back at 100%. We saw him get better as the episodes went on, but he's still not back to where he used to be. I thought this was shot and written perfectly, especially with the grand music playing in the background with hints of themes from Order 66 and other character themes. Crosshair being a character who is, yes, redeemed at this point, but still isn't back at 100%. We think he's going to make the shot, but he doesn't. Again, being a kind of Empire Strikes Back episode that doesn't end on a happy note, but sets up a super grand finale and lasts several episodes. I thought these were great episodes. The Bad Batch has become just such an iconic series already in this last season, and we still have so many more episodes to go. I think we have like, what, 4? I can't imagine what's going to happen next. They've set things up so well in terms of characters and story, and I really want to know where Project Necromancer leads, because obviously we know that eventually Palpatine does clone himself, but we know that Palpatine cloning himself doesn't give him the unlimited power that he had before, so the Bad Batch probably does something to halt the progress. I'm super excited to see where this goes. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments, and I will see you all very, very soon.